Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port. And once again, it is the Barnes and Tony Show. Anthony, how are you, my friends?
I'm doing very well today, Brian. Really excited. A great night last night. And I guess we're pumped to talk some sports today, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you think about it, what a stretch, Saturday, last night, good vibes all around from the company, as Josh B says, let's go. And
Let's go!
hashtag rep the company. But if anybody didn't catch it, on the YouTube page, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Twitch, last night we had the gaming corner, Tony's Mice, mano y mano.
Yeah, man.
Me versus Tony in another all-time classic of MLB The Show.
All-time
Yankees
classic, Tony.
versus Mets, Citi Field. And that was followed up, actually, by 18 holes at the Renaissance Club over there in Scotland. I have to say, Tony, and I know you were still tight, but I was impressed with you for PGA. I think you made a lot of strides.
Yeah, honestly, I felt good, honestly, in PGA. It's just sometimes the greens, dude. It's really crazy, how much your ball just starts to hook or like just go the other way. It's just like, geez, dude.
But and also the putting follow through. Which is kind of realistic if you think about it. But you're doing this at the end. I mean, no shot to make.
Yeah.
And maybe too, Tony. Maybe the whole thing was JT was your perfect match for being a player.
Yeah, maybe.
I thought his stance was a little odd. Tell me it wasn't like 3/4 turn to the right.
You think so? I didn't even notice.
If we run back the tape, you could see it. But yeah, like a 3/4 turn.
Wow.
Like not
crazy.
inner third.
Right.
But 3/4 turn as Matthew checking in, saying the Yankees suck ass.
Yeah, dude.
And look at the two of you. So hard to dispute that right now. But we are going to wait a second to get into the disaster that is Major League Baseball for me and you. But let's actually start out with on Thursday, we do have the last event of the PGA Tour regular season in the Wyndham Championship, which is from Sedgefield Country Club in Greensboro, North Carolina. This tournament has been around since 1938. It started as the Greater Greensboro Open. It was usually played in April or May until the schedule change moved it to the end of the season. Sam Snead won this event 8 times and won it as a 52-year-old. And his 8th title was 27 years after his first, just to give you guys an idea. Since the senior tour has been around, Davis Love in 2015 winning at 51 is the oldest to win in that era, going back to 1980. This plays out at 7,127 yards, a par 70. And you look at the history of this tournament, a score of around 20 par or greater most years, especially recently, will win this. Tom Kim won last year a dominant 5-stroke victory over John Huh and Sanjay Im. Kim had to pull out of this year's rendition with an injury. Going back to 2021, Kevin Kisner won in a playoff, which a 7-man playoff, which you don't usually see too much. That was a 15 under. So that was one of the closer scores to par that we've seen in this tournament. Jim Herman in 2020, 21 under, 1 stroke over Billy Horschel. 2019, the Postman, JT Poston, 22 under, 1 stroke ahead of Webb Simpson, who actually happens to be the all-time leader in earnings in this event, despite only winning it 1 time back in 2011.
Wow.
Brandt Snedeker, blast from the past, 2018, 21 under par, 3 strokes clear of Pan Chang Sung and Webb Simpson. Henrik Stenson back in 2017, 22 under, 1 stroke over Ali Schneiderjans, which I know is a name that Tony is big on. Siwoo Kim, 2016, 21 under, 5 strokes clear of Luke Donald. And like we said, 2015, Davis Love, who's won this event 3 times, 17 under par, was 1 stroke clear of Jason Gore. So just to go back a little there, the common theme, 21, 22, 21, 22, 20. So more times than not, unless there's really some unforeseen weather event, you're going to get somebody well under par here. And obviously everybody fighting to get into that top 70. The guy that stands out the most would be Justin Thomas. So I believe I was reading yesterday, needs a 15th place, a solo 15th or better at this event. And obviously the way he's been playing, he's hoping for a lot better than that. We'll have to see. And, this really is full of guys who are really trying to improve their standing in the playoffs. All the big names kind of taking this week off, but just to give you an idea of who we do have, the Postman, JT Poston, 4 for 4 here, 2 top 6s and a tied second. Tony loved that one. Russell Heenley. You have Denny McCarthy, who's really had a strong second half to his PGA Tour season this year. Siwoo Kim, another guy who's been hot. Alex Smalley, Byung-Hun An, Sunjae Im, Shane Lowry, Adam Scott, Kevin Streelman, Hideki Matsuyama, Adam Schenk, Billy Horschel, Ashke Bahadia, who is rumored to be talking to Liv, which doesn't really make any sense because of the merger. And I still can't believe, we don't have a schedule out past the fall season for 2024. I mean, I'm sure that's coming out soon, but a lot of uncertainty on the PGA Tour. And then the last guy in this top 15 power ranking, Bo Hostler. And then, like I said, JT will be here, Sam Burns, and Webb Simpson. And then it's kind of interesting too. I mentioned bubble guys on this top 70 to participate in the FedEx Cup playoffs. Every golfer from 58 to 86 is competing. So just showing you the urgency to score well here. Last year's scoring average was 69.263, which was a 9-year high, and the cut was 1 under 139, which was higher than usual, even with the switch to low 65 and ties effective in 2020. But managing oneself will be the greatest test. And it surrendered a beefy average of 13.15 greens in regulation per golfer last year's. So kind of an interesting feel. It seems like they've attempted to make it harder, but yet, when you're winning scores around 20 under, I don't think it's that hard. So, really the whole thing that makes this event, which kind of at times, was a little boring and just not, you weren't feeling buzz from it. But now, going from top 125 to 70 for the FedEx Cup playoffs really creates a sense of urgency. And I think will provide some really good quality golf over there in Greensboro, North Carolina. So I know Tony's been doing some research. Are you and your mice ready for a selection here?
My mice, dude. Yeah, I think so. I think I'm gonna go with Sam Burns. Honestly.
Sam Burns. Now, food for thought. What do we got?
So food for thought, dude. I'm just looking at some of his stats here. Absolutely hammering it with the putts, dude. Like some of the best putts is, I guess, first in the PGA putting from 7 feet, fourth putting from 4 feet. His approach putt performance ranks 5th amongst, other PGA golfers. And then putting from 15 to 20 feet is ranked 6th. So I think is kind of impressive. You know what they say, Brian? You drive for show, putt for dough, Brian.
They do say that.
And I just feel like, looking at his last few results, I just feel like he's someone who's a little due. He actually, I guess, got cut from the Open. But I mean, the Genesis Scottish Open, tied 19th, which I think for him is pretty solid. Super young guy. I think he's 27. Yeah, 27 years old. Originally from Louisiana. So I just think giving the
he won the match play.
He won the match play. If you want to look at things earlier this season, President's Cup looks like he came in first. World Golf Championship Dell Technologies match play, and that's really about it. Only 2 wins this season, but finishing within the top 10, I think twice. Other than that. So always kind of hovered around there between like 10 and 15 this season. So again, I just feel like he's due this pool of players. You mentioned a lot of the bigger names kind of take off. So I just think maybe time for a nice youthful winner to come in here.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree with you more, on that one. And I've had to. Oh, actually, before I do that, you got your sleeper, or you need a sec?
Kramer Hickok.
And now, what's the thought process there?
I do remember you mentioning him. Honestly, I think earlier this season. And I know I went with a little bit of a younger guy. This guy's a little older. He's 31. He's been a little bit around the block, but I mean, in terms of a sleeper, looking at his results, the man's been cut a lot this season. Hasn't really touched the top 10. And by hasn't, I mean he hasn't. So again, I just feel like that would be a real nice, crazy little sleeper dude.
Yeah, I mean, it got his feet wet with the tied 30th at 3M, tied 28th at the Barbasol. So there is, some positivity.
Yeah, shot a 66 in round 4. It's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. So for my winner, it's very off base here. He was not in the top 15, according to PGAtour.com. But I'm going to go with, and I believe it was 2016, and I could be mistaken, but I actually want to just double check this. I want to say he won the US Open in 2016. Let me just verify this for you, sir. 2012. So it's been that long. Okay. So Webb Simpson, we mentioned he's the all-time leader in terms of the money in this event. And you look at his recent play, not great. The entire season, 1 top 10 back in March at the Valspar. Last tournament, missed the cut at Rocket Mortgage, tied 52nd at the Travelers, tied 64th at the Wells Fargo, and only played in 1 major, the PGA, and was cut from that as well. So not much to go off of, but just the fact, Tony, I'll take it any day of the week. A guy who's comfortable here. He's 170th in the FedEx. So I would imagine he'd need a win here to get into next week's playoffs. And, why not go with the all-time win leader? I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, except that obviously I'm on a pick. So
were you considering it? Did it cross your mind?
Yes. I mean, I think you mentioned it too at the top when we first started talking about the Wyndham Championship here. So obviously, yeah, it crosses my mind. But I mean, I don't know, man. I just feel like sometimes the obvious pick isn't always the best.
Right. But I feel like given his recent play, I wouldn't necessarily. I know, of course, you're going to look at the all-time wins leader, but if you look at recent play, I mean, not that obvious, Tony.
Right. Yeah. Who's your sleeper, Brian?
A guy that we actually talked about.
Harry Higgs.
No. You're not gonna know who it is, but
right.
I'm gonna just. I know you're not gonna get it, but I'm gonna test you about it anyway.
Justin Thomas.
No. So he stood between Tom Watson winning the Open Championship at Turnberry 2009. He lost in a playoff to him. Watson lost in the playoff to this golfer. And remember that I was saying though, he missed like a 5-footer.
Yeah.
Tom Watson, and then this guy ended up winning. in the playoff. But I am going to go with, and I believe he's 51, if I'm not mistaken, but Stuart Sink, Tony. Do you remember me mentioning his name?
Yeah, that was a couple days ago, I feel.
Yeah, exactly. Or probably last week when we did the golf preview, but
yeah, whatever.
Or maybe on Thursday, live update. Anyway,
maybe on Friday.
So this is another pick that, I mean, I guess recent play, hasn't been terrible, but he's obviously an older golfer, and his track record here, I mean, isn't great. He was tied 27th last year, but cut the previous 2 years. Didn't play the next 2 tournaments before that, and then had a tied 14th back in 2016. But I like the way that Stuart Sink, is competing, and he is 50 years old, actually. But last week at the 3M, he was tied for 37th and really rebounded. Had a 74 on day 1, but then went 63 on Friday to make the cut, 67 on Saturday, 71 on Sunday. And that was after a tie 23rd at the Open Championship. So, at that age, Tony, finishing in the top 25 in a major, I mean, that's impressive.
Very impressive. Yes, I would say so.
Do you think Lonnie and Kev think it's impressive?
I think Lonnie likes it, right? Let's go. He said, "What's up, guys?"
Yanni.
Yeah, baby.
Yanni. What's up, buddy?
Kev doing here. Maybe not as excited. Says Mets and Yankees are ass.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, Tony. It really
Yanni.
is. And we're going to get to that in 1 second. But so as we go, Yanni, into the Yanni is here. As we approach the FedEx Cup playoffs, a couple of questions. First, I mentioned that JT needs that top 15. Does he get it to make the playoffs?
Absolutely.
Dialed in.
Yeah.
You think this is a low point of his career?
Yes, definitely. After here, definitely huge, like nice big uptick. I think easily within top 10 this weekend. Easily.
Yeah. No, I agree with you there. And he probably got motivated seeing you on PGA Tour 2K23, almost spiking it last night.
Dude, must have, dude. Yeah.
Lonnie also saying, I saw Tony lost in the MLB challenge.
Honestly, it's kind of bogus, dude. I think I should have been able to challenge that call. Okay, that double play seemed too close, dude. It seemed a little too close.
If you had to walk the plank, if you were wrong, though, would you say that he was safe or no?
I would have to. But you got to admit, Brian, okay? Like, it's not absurd to think that the game got it wrong because they were getting your strike calls wrong. I mean, like, some of them were so egregious.
I feel like that is actually purposely, because just to kind of really mimic how, like, borderline calls are made. I don't agree with it. I'm just right. Trying to, like, put some thought.
No, yeah, perhaps. But I mean, like, I should be able to challenge it. Should be a challenge.
I'll give you that.
Give me a challenge.
And he says, "What a drop!" Play that again.
Oh,
Tony.
the Yanni,
Yanni.
Yeah, dude. We don't call it drops here.
Yeah,
Yanni, okay.
We don't call it drops over here. Yanni. So yeah, I agree with you on JT. And then my next question is, and I know it's tough because it is dependent on the results of 3 tournaments. When you're thinking about the FedEx St. Jude in Memphis, the BMW Championship, and then the Tour Championship. And of course, the winner of that staggered start Tour Championship will win the FedEx Cup playoffs here. Who are you thinking going in to that? Who would you say is your favorite to hoist the trophy at East Lake?
Oh wow, dude. I don't know. I'd have to look at the full pool, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I know we're just like maybe recency bias, but I mean, just talking about JT, I mean.
Stop.
It'd be kind of sick.
Yeah, it would be kind of sick, but that's crazy, Tony.
I mean, I gotta look at the pool players.
I was actually about to spit off the top 10.
What do you got?
So John Rahm, Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, Max Homa, Wyndham Clark, Brian Harmon, and of course now it lags as I get to Brian Harmon. Victor Hovland, Keegan Bradley, Ricky Fowler, and Tony Finau, and that's what they call the Comcast Business Top 10.
Comcast, dude.
Sponsor, yeah.
I guess give me Hovland. I mean, it's someone who I've been kind of touching upon all season.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a pretty big fan. Again, talk about someone who's been youthful, has been really working on his game. The iron work has improved over the course of the year. I think he's a good pick.
So this is interesting. Obviously, Rory. I want to say Rory's won it the FedEx 3 times. Could you double check that? Obviously winning it last year. And you think about John Rahm a couple of years ago, he did win the BMW championship. Scotty, obviously the youngest of these three, hasn't won one yet. Does it say 3 times?
No, it's just 3 times.
Okay.
16, 19, 22.
But when it comes to this, I just from a consistency standpoint, and I know it wasn't perfect at the Open Championship for Scottie Scheffler, but I think he's going to win this. I just think that he's going to be in the top 5, top 10 of all these. And, especially if he can overtake Rahm, which he's very close here. He's only, he's down 33-20 to 31-46. So think about if he's able to win the FedEx or the BMW, he could potentially be in first by the time the Tour Championship starts. But I think Scottie Scheffler wins this and wins Golfer of the Year.
That's crazy. How is it like? What is it going to take for Scheffler to really overtake Rahm? Like the point differential? Like
I'm pretty sure you get like a ridiculous amount of points for winning. So basically, if he wins like one of the next two and Rahm doesn't, like he's going to be way ahead of him.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to look up what the points are. What were you going to ask?
No. So I was saying, so it's not like uncommon for these standings to for players to bunny hop like multiple people, basically.
No, not at all. Just because, like I said, I know they're weighted, so much, in terms of, how many points you get. And let me just see this. I just want to see if it lists it. Okay. FedEx Cup points. Where does this say?
Justin Thomas even on this list? Oh yeah, there he is. 500 points. 79th. Dylan Wu.
I don't know why.
You're blowing it?
Oh. I gotta look this
Scottie Scheffler. You really like Scottie Scheffler, don't you?
I mean, I feel he's the most consistent.
Yeah. 2,000 points to win this?
So
it could be, literally anyone in the top 10, basically.
That's why they call it the Comcast Business Tour Top 10.
Wow, dude. So it could be Tony Finau.
Could be Tony Finau.
Could even be Jason Day, even.
Imagine Jason Day winning. That would be ridiculous.
That would be ridiculous.
He's definitely had a resurgent, really almost 2 years at this point. What do you think about what Lonnie says? So if the game can't
get strikes right, will the robot umps? I mean, I would imagine, Yanni, that there's more money going into the robotic umpires than MLB The Show. But hey, I mean, I love the argument. I think it's a good argument for not having robot umps. I don't think there should be robot umps. So come on, dude, this is lame.
And Josh getting riled for Finau. Tony's always been one of my favorites, especially because he had that long stretch where he couldn't win, and now it seems like he's made it. He's a family man, which was highlighted in full swing, which I never asked, but I would imagine Josh B has watched multiple times over.
Yeah, it has to, right?
I can't wait for season 2. That's going to be something.
When is it?
I
think we talked about this too.
I feel like it's got to be in the winter, I would think, right? Because I don't think it came out that long ago. I feel like it was like late fall, early winter.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Let's do it.
But yeah, that'll be good. I feel like there was one other thing, Tony, that I was. Yeah. What I would say though, do you agree with me that just trying to make reason for it, that the errors with the strikes in MLB The Show is on purpose to replicate what an actual game looks like, where not every strike and every ball is called perfectly.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like,
I mean, they were pretty consistent, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like a one-off thing. It happened multiple times.
Josh B saying is not watched. I'm just saying, late night, you need something to watch. I highly recommend it.
Watch it with the kids.
Yeah, it's a family show. And yeah, so kind of I know it's kind of going to baseball, which we're gonna go to, but with the automated system, I'm kind of torn on it though, because I just feel like there are certain pitches, and I know obviously when it's for your team, like you're gonna want it, where it's literally like a quarter of an inch, Tony, outside the strike zone. And like, so with this automated system, it's gonna be called a ball. Like, isn't that gonna be annoying? Like, are we better off just leaving it as is? But then Angel Hernandez, like, what side of the? I mean, I know. I guess you just said,
Yeah, I mean, I guess like if again, this is something that would have to be, I suppose, like tested and stuff like that. But I mean, if you could have like each like let's say we have like 8 different ump machines, right, or whatever it is, and each, I guess, like machine like has a certain, I guess, like certain tendencies, as if a real umpire, if they could emulate that, like this robotic ump does call balls a little bit on the outside strikes, like he gives you a little extra inch on the outside or something.
I think we got to just scrap the robotic umps
and keep regular human umps.
And get better umps.
Yeah.
No?
I mean, I suppose so, but I mean, I think there's like a lot of things in place that like blown calls can be overturned. I feel like how many situations have there been?
Well, not balls and strikes,
right? Not balls and strikes,
and that's what this is for.
I guess. I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't really see the need. That's part of the game. It's just part of the game
to go to. You're saying you don't see the need to go to robots,
right? And again, I really haven't seen many, like this season specifically. Even like, have you seen many like? I guess umpires that are so like bad. Like honestly,
yeah, there was a couple times where it's like I think Boone got tossed like at the time. No, but obviously those are the games that I watch most. I'm just saying, I definitely remember, and it was for both sides. I mean, just no consistency whatsoever.
So you're for it?
No, I don't know. I think you know what it is. I think because I was just looking at something. They're saying in the history of umpiring, there's only 3 umpires that they have on record making over 5. That's 5,000. Okay, but it says an MLB umpire earns around $1,500 to $1,700 per game. However, they are not paid on a per game basis.
They're salaried.
But do you have any insight into this?
No, not really.
Okay. For the 2023 season, the average salary from an MLB umpire was $235,000. MLB umpires may work up to 142 games during the regular season.
It's pretty sick.
But like, do you think if they bump that up a little more, we'd have more quality, more effort, or no? Like if it was, average? No, seriously, if it was 500,000,
I think over $200,000 is enough money.
Yeah, but do you think
you want to?
I know for me, because I used to be an umpire, like the flinching would be a problem. Like literally Alcantara pitching, like or Chapman, he's all over the place. I mean, you don't know you're gonna get knocked out unconscious.
Right,
ball hits you in the head.
Were you worried about that when you were?
I literally had to stop towards the end. I mean, I was gonna hang him up anyway, but I just couldn't do I just kept doing it. Like because you don't know if the catcher's gonna catch the ball, you don't know if the batter's gonna follow it off.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you had equipment on, no?
Yeah, it's like the balance. Balance and reflex is 2 of my biggest weaknesses, Tony. That's why I like Gears of War, the chainsaw battle, no chance.
Right.
Don't even try. Because why try? Call of Duty. Oh my God, Call of Duty. Anyway, we're gonna get to Josh B's comment. But before we do that, let's go officially to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it! Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game! Out of sight!
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drove deep to left field. There it goes! See ya!
All right. So a big day in Major League Baseball today. The trade deadline 6 Eastern. So I'm sure tomorrow we will have a lot of moves to recap, a lot of buzz about Verlander potentially going to the Dodgers.
It's kind of ridiculous.
So it'll be interesting to see. But what do you think about what Josh said? Robot umps will not act like a regular ump. Pretty much the box and all that 3D replay stuff would determine the ball or strike. That's how I thought, at least.
Right. No. I think that is how it is.
Right.
Josh.
Which I was thinking as well.
I was just saying it would be cool if these robotic umps were able to emulate, certain ump styles, right? So I guess you could say, kind of keeping that part of the game where different umpires call, a different strike zone, which is a wonderful part of the game. But I guess just eliminating the inconsistent calls, so batters will have to, and pitchers will have to adjust to each robotic ump. But obviously, ultimately, like I said, like those calls will remain consistent throughout the game. And so I guess that sounds like a happy medium. I don't know how well that could work. I don't know if that's even possible. I would imagine it is possible, but then again, I'm not this guy making these umps. So.
Yeah, and it's just like those things, and I understand like the reason behind it is because some of the umpires haven't done their job, but I just think it still falls in line with we have this constant need to change everything,
right?
And it's like some things need to be changed. But this is one where I just think I'm going to get too pissed off watching games when it's a quarter of an inch outside the strike zone and they're not getting it. Because I even feel like when we're up to bat and that happens, at least I could say to myself, well, that's on us because you got to protect in that situation.
Right. So,
And I didn't realize. So there were actually a few moves, nothing crazy yesterday, but one, former Met great Paul Sewald traded from the Mariners to the Diamondbacks. Kind of interesting. The Diamondbacks have one of the worst records in the league this month. Probably up there with the Yankees. I'm not sure what it exactly is. The Mariners, it's been a disappointing year. They have like the same record as the Yankees, coincidentally enough. But so Sewald to the Diamondbacks, rookie outfielder Dominic Canzone, utility man Josh Rojas, and Ryan Bliss were traded over to Seattle in exchange. So I feel like it's one of those scenarios where the Diamondbacks are kind of set back there, but 3.5 out of the division, I guess that's not too bad. So they're just desperate to make the playoffs. It's been a while, and it's just interesting. I feel like ever since Sewald left the Mets, he's been pretty effective because I know he used to piss off a lot of Mets fans.
Yeah, I thought he was not good at all.
And then wasn't he like talking smack on the way out too, or something?
Yes, he was. Yeah.
What exactly?
He didn't really appreciate, I guess, how he was dealt and stuff. Kind of a loser. There we go. How is he doing?
293. That's pretty good.
It's actually really good, dude. 21 saves, 45 games, 60 strikeouts over 43 innings.
So he's performing well.
Seems like he's doing really well. Interesting, dude. Good for him, I guess.
And we also saw a guy that the Yankees were rumored interested in.
ERA with the Mets is horrible, dude.
Jeimer Candelario was sent to the Cubs. This was nearly 6 years to the day after they traded him to the Tigers. The Nationals will get prospects Kevin Made and DJ Hers back from the Nationals. Candelario, 16 homers with an 823 OPS for Washington this season. So you feel, that's a good get for the Cubs who are going for it. They've been on fire. They're not trading Happ. They're not trading Stroman. They're not trading Bellinger. So you got to, applaud a team for really going for it. When Patrick Wisdom has been struggling. So it makes, a lot of sense. So, that was another deal out there. We also saw Aaron Savale go from the Guardians to the Rays. And people were kind of on Yankee Twitter, just kind of complaining about that one. Oh, everybody in the division is getting better. But and I don't even need to see, and of course I'll look it up, but I have always thought Aaron Savale was cheeks, Tony. I don't know what you think, but I don't think that's really a good get for Tampa Bay.
I don't think so either. I feel like I've heard, obviously,
great numbers
I've seen
this
him
year.
play.
But the Yankees destroyed him game 5 of the ALDS last year.
From East Windsor.
East Windsor, Tony, by Hartford.
Are you familiar? You are familiar with the town?
Yeah, by Bradley.
Good for him, dude. But yeah, I don't know, dude. Again, I feel like I haven't really seen much of him being like, whoa, this is crazy good. But I mean, I guess this season is doing really well, huh?
Yeah. So, I mean, you understand the thought process there.
Yeah, look at his last few years. Last year, 4.92.
I mean, the previous year was good, but then the other
and then
year
even
was beat.
Yeah, I mean, the previous year 3.5, 2020 though, he led the league in hits.
A lot of up and down.
Yeah,
so,
dude.
No, thank you. I think he's a contact pitcher. Actually, well, yeah, this year strikeouts are way down. Wow. And let's see, the Giants acquiring AJ Pollock from the Mariners for a player to be named later. Struggling this year.
Is he?
He's
really?
on the injured list and he's hitting 173.
Oh,
I've always thought he was overrated ever since. I don't know. The Dodgers, I think, signed him to that big free agent deal. And obviously that was a bust. What do you have on? I didn't really look too much into it. The Marcana deal going to the Milwaukee.
So that guy I was talking about last night, Justin Jarvis, is a right-handed pitcher, I believe. You look at his minor league stats. You know, he's from the Brewers here, 3.33 ERA and AA. 6-4 record, which is all right. You know, he's got 14 starts here. 91 strikeouts, over 75 and 2/3 innings pitched. Scouting report, he's 23 years old, so he's young. He throws, I think, a fastball, slider, curve. Slider's his more dominant pitch, though, and I think fastball's his second most used pitch. So slider, fastball. Not sure what he hits on the gun, to be honest. But I mean, he seems like a really good, perspective pitcher here. I don't think he comes that highly touted out of the Brewers. I think he's like within the top 25, I think, prospects wise. But again, seems to have some good promise. And again, the scouting reports on his pitches come pretty good. So
you're fine with it. No complaints on your end.
I don't think so. I mean, Marcana, come on, dude.
Not a future Met.
Certainly not a future Met. And I mean, the whole the food blogging and shit. It's just like, come on, dude.
You're over it.
I'm kind of over it. He's really not that great. He's an okay outfielder. His bat isn't phenomenal. He's had some good moments, I suppose.
He doesn't have outstanding power, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, dude. I'm just trying to see if there's Fangraphs. Okay, here we go. Justin Jarvis Fangraphs. He's had some big moments as a Met for sure. Like walk-off hits, he's had it. Big home runs in big spots, he's had it. But I mean, it's just like nothing really to write home about at all.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I'm not terribly sad the guy is gone. But I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. Okay, dude. Numbers aren't great.
No.
45 batting average, 6 home runs, 29 RBIs.
So obviously he goes out the door.
Yeah.
Scherzer already traded, Robertson already traded. And I'm guessing you're imagining Verlander gets dealt today.
Verlander, and I would probably say Tommy Pham too.
Tommy Pham, okay. Yeah. Is that pretty much it? Anybody else that you could potentially see going, or?
Geez, I mean, at that point, Brian, I don't think so.
Yeah, there's just not.
What are you gonna do?
Who's left?
Yeah. Daniel Vogelbach.
No, he actually could get dealt. Tigers expected to trade Eduardo Rodriguez and Michael Lorenzen. The Pirates are weighing multiple offers of Rich Hill. There's no way that's true.
Who's that? Who said
John
that?
Heyman.
Oh my god, dude.
No way, dude.
No way, dude. I heard that actually, I forget who was looking at, but apparently there was a team really interested in Brooks Raley.
Okay.
I heard that, and I also heard I heard that people were inquiring about Quintana as well. But I mean, Brooks Raley I can see getting dealt too, honestly.
And you've never liked him, so you want to trade him.
Again, had some bright spots, but the
How old is
consistency isn't there. Oh my god, 27 maybe.
Oh, okay, so he's not old by any imagination. Is he under team control?
I don't think
free agent to 26.
Oh my god, 35.
Oh, okay, definitely get rid of him. Are you kidding?
Maybe I was thinking of someone else.
Yeah, I did think he was a lot younger.
Speaking of Drew Smith, maybe?
You probably were thinking of Drew Smith. Would you trade Drew Smith?
Yes.
So there are other guys.
I
there.
would, yes,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
getting dealt, I don't know.
Maybe though. I mean,
Like-
guys. I mean, just teams are looking to just fill bullpens.
I
Tony.
know.
And a guy like Drew Smith, back, a fifth, sixth inning guy for a
Yeah.
team in the play. I mean, they'll do it. And same thing with Brooks Raley. I mean, the numbers
Yeah.
are there for Raley.
Oh my God, you have to deal him.
Yeah.
Like you have to.
So I think that would be a good idea there.
Signed through 2023, 2 years, $7 million.
I did see a report overnight that the Yankees are willing to trade. Really, how much value do any of the guys have? But the guys in the last year of their deals, so specifically Bader, Severino, Wandy Peralta, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, and they did mention Clay Holmes, which is kind of interesting. I wasn't really thinking that would be in the cards.
Who do you think he's gonna get dealt though? Like honestly.
Oh, and he's a free agent in 2025, so I don't know why. No, he's not getting dealt. He's making $3.3 million. He's in arbitration next year.
Yeah.
I mean, how much are you gonna play? You're gonna go pay a closer $20 million? Why would you do that? I mean, especially the way they operate things. I think it would make sense though for them to like really trade all those guys if they got something decent, right? I mean,
you don't really need them.
Yeah. I mean, it just stinks.
Why,
Just
tight?
It just
Giving up.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Season's over.
But is it if it's just like Severino, Bader, and Wandy?
No, it's not over, Brian, but you just need it's the same story. You need those players that you have now to start to perform as well. No matter who you bring in, if those players, Rizzo still sucks, like if Judge still is not starting, like it's like what's going on, dude?
Yeah, it's a tough time, and obviously, we were talking and following along the game live
Domingo
on the Gaming Corner, but I'm sure not all of you were watching that. But I mean, the way this season has gone, obviously, embarrassment, and then right before the game yesterday, very odd move. And I know his season has been up and down, but you see, Ron Marinaccio has been optioned to AAA. I'm just like, what?
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's who got sent down.
What?
So I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I mean, obviously he has options, and I think his ERA is around 4. Brito called up, so I was like, that's kind of weird. And then a little after, they announced that Herman had been scratched due to armpit soreness, which is something I've never seen before. Oh, he's gonna go see a doctor. We don't think it'll be an IL stint. So Johnny Brito will get the start. And it's like, are you kidding me? And I really think.
Did you hear the full story behind like why Brito had to start?
No, why did you?
Well, yeah. Rick and Dave were talking about it this morning. Apparently, Herman had brought this up late yesterday,
right?
And didn't have there wasn't enough time for him to get diagnosed from a doctor to be cleared to start.
Oh, okay.
So the reason why he came in
is because he was cleared.
Is because then he was cleared.
Yeah, but
what the hell kind of bonehead shit is this, dude?
It's typical with Herman, but I have to say, and as everybody knows by now, the Yankees lost 5-1. But I don't think it really it falls in him. Should it have been more thought out? Yes. Did it set them in a hole? Yes. But at the end of the day, I mean, think about your recent games. The Saturday game's a one-off, but you got shut out. Forget Saturday. You score 3 runs after you're getting smoked 7-0 in the first inning on Sunday Night Baseball, and then you score 1 run in the second inning last night, and don't put anything across the rest of the way. So
Gleyber Torres,
we could blame it on whoever we want to blame it on, but that's ridiculous. You got 3 hits last night. 3 hits, Tony. 3 hits.
So I'm just getting.
Well, what about Gleyber Torres?
Who scored?
Oh, Jake Bowers. Remember?
Oh, Jake Bowers,
the man of the hour.
You scored Gleyber Torres
no, Volpe.
Oh, is Anthony Volpe with the solo shot?
Volpe with the solo shot.
So lame, dude.
But yeah, I mean, it's like you said. I mean, how many times you go over it, and then you combine Sunday's game with last night's game. 30 strikeouts, Tony, in 2 games. Boone thinks the at-bats are good, though, so at least we have that.
Did you say that again?
I can't even listen to the post game anymore.
Did you say it again, though?
I don't know. The doofus himself. The thing is, so yeah, I mean, how many times do we have to say it? You know, if you can't score, you can't win. Rake Bowers. And listen, Jake Bowers hasn't been good. And I know Josh would agree with me. I mean, let's sit down Rizzo for like at least a week and start Jake Bowers at first base. Like, what are we doing? Rizzo batting third last night. I know he just missed the home run, the double in the corner. I'm finished with. I don't know. I just think he needs an extended time off to really like think about things and figure it out. And I don't know how he hasn't figured it out by now.
Yeah.
They were comparing the numbers. It's worse if you compare the amount of games than the worst stretch that Joey Gallo had on the Yankees, just to give you an idea of how bad it is. And he's saying something.
Give me something.
Give me something. So, you know, I think that would make a lot of sense. And it is so tough, Tony, but I'm almost at the point. I'm so beaten down. And I know it's like, I mean, who's going to hit for us besides Judge if we do this? But if it's a good package, I think I'm in favor of the Gleyber trade today.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right? I mean, if it's like a real good package, because I know he hasn't performed, but I'll give Peraza his shot to play second or however they want to do it with Volpe.
You think that's the change Josh wants?
I think the change Josh wants is the change that I want, which is just not happening, but it's immediate removal from the roster from Stanton, Rizzo, and LeMahieu.
Wow.
Done.
That'd be sick, dude.
It would be, but it's unfortunately not going to happen. So, I mean, hopefully they do something here today. And he does say August, so we are getting the full 31 in this month, Tony.
We did.
But, you know, so we'll see what they do. You know, there hasn't really been much, like anything's imminent other than, you know, some buzz about Gleyber being traded, but I haven't seen like anything's close. But just kind of summarizing this game, you know, we were watching it, and first inning, I had a bad feeling, of course. Brandon Lau, 2-run homer, right center, 380 feet, made it 2-0. And Brito has had trouble with the long ball. You know, that's why he hasn't been able to stay up in the major leagues. We mentioned Bowers, you know, he did answer back in the second, made it 2-1. But you really just, you barely got anything else the rest of the way. Brito gave up 2 more home runs, Franco in the third, Paredes in the fourth, and actually 3 more home runs, Mike. So 4 home runs allowed by Brito. Josh Lau, 420 feet to center, so 5-1. I think it was in the bottom of the third, like they had the bases loaded, or it was like first and third, 1 out, and of course Stanton hit into the double play. It's just that's the biggest thing, Tony. Like, of course, you look at lack of production, not matching the back of the baseball card, but situational hitting, I think, would be, at least since I've been watching, the worst that the Yankees have ever had.
Yeah.
There is no situational hitting.
I was going to say that.
It's a ground out. It's a pop-up. It's a strikeout. Every single time. And I think Josh B agrees.
Yeah, dude. He said it. I mean, bring up the kids however you need to. He says, F it at this point.
Right. I mean, this is, I just can't believe that we've gotten to this level. It's so embarrassing. It's so infuriating. And John said at the game, a lot of boo birds out, the fire Boone chants at the game last night.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. I mean, right. I mean, the doofus himself, right, Tony?
Dude, I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself.
The doofus himself, you know, and you're still going to hang in there. You're still going to hope to make a run. Maybe today changes something in terms of bringing somebody in, but you hope you improve either with that or somebody from the minor league system, you know, coming up. But it's just not a fun time to be a Yankee fan right now. And to make it first, you know, you think about what could have been. Herman ends up going 5 scoreless out of the bullpen. How does that happen? Always something with medicals too at the Yankees. You notice always an issue.
Yeah.
No clear timeline, a misdiagnosis. So
where's the staff? Who's the staff? Fire him.
It's just like I really just
like you couldn't see a doctor. What does that even mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's a team doctor.
But seeing all besides this simple thing, Tony, of he doesn't care, he wants to make money. Like, what do you really truly, if you just had to dive deep, what do you really think is going through Hal's head right now? Honestly.
That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like he just doesn't give a shit.
But you really
Like,
but I don't think, like, you know what I mean? I think he wants to be liked, and I guess internally he's liked, of course, because you're not going to lose your job with us. But I mean, I don't think he wants to be afraid to step on the field at Yankee Stadium. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
There's
Does he step on the field ever at Yankee Stadium?
When they honor, like last year,
right? Yeah, I remember that exactly. But like, when is he at games?
I mean, I think
where
he's
is
always
he
in Tampa.
So what are we doing? He seems like he's so far removed from the team. How could you do that?
Yeah,
Cohen's at games.
I'm not saying he doesn't care a lot less than George, but I feel like he has to care. He has to be embarrassed. He has to be frustrated. You know, I mean, why else was Dylan Lawson fired?
Right.
You know, after the All-Star break.
I mean, I guess seems like he just threw a name out there. I mean, who really deserved to get fired? Like, honestly. Boone, Cashman. Yeah. So it's like he just threw the fans a bone, it seems.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, what has happened since then? You're still striking out.
I just looked at it. DJ LeMahieu, $45 million in the next 3 years.
It's a lot of money, dude. Someone may be able to pick it up.
No one's picking that up. I mean, he's got to hit. Maybe if he starts hitting 270, but stop. You know?
Yeah, that is tough, dude.
So I don't know, Tony. I don't know what to do. I need your help. Like, what's the plan here?
I mean, if I were you,
right?
I guess you really just gotta. I don't know. I think you're gonna have to take the trade deadline on the chin a little bit.
Like nothing.
I don't know, man. It's again, like from what I've heard. I mean, reports of Cashman. It seems that they're trying to stick with the same guys for the most part. So I think your thought process of like Rizzo, Stanton, LeMahieu out, I don't think it's going to happen.
What do you think about what Yanni said? Hal is in a yacht somewhere overlooking the Orioles.
I mean, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's on his yacht having a great time, drinking and having great food in good company. And I'm sure not one person on that yacht is mentioning the New York Yankees.
I really, Tony, I'm in disbelief. I can't believe that we've gotten to this point.
Because it's just like, what are we doing? What? It doesn't make any sense. None of it makes sense. Right? It has to be Hal doesn't care. It has to be.
But you don't think any part of it is that he thinks they're going to finish strong?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he does think that.
But like, okay, so let's say we kind of just keep everything in place.
Mm-hmm.
They're 55 and 51 now. What are we talking?
I mean, I want to say they probably hover around like 5 to 3 games over 500 at the end of the season.
Yeah,
right. They're gonna probably stay in the same space.
Yeah,
even if they do go on a little bit of a run. I mean, is it going to be a sustainable run with the same pieces in place? Again, I mean, I feel like we've said this a few times this season regarding the Mets too. Like the long season of baseball, like really points out issues with how a team has been built. And I mean, this is like a really long stretch of just not good baseball.
And besides the guys that they've brought in from the outside, we all have different perceptions of our teams, Tony, but
right.
Do you think that they have some of the worst scouting and development in the entire league?
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, it's not like you guys have no one in the minors, right?
But I mean, who have we drafted and developed? Like, you know what I mean?
Recently, like
Judge,
other
Volpe,
other than Judge and Volpe, obviously.
Torres we traded for, Holmes we traded for, Severino's been a disaster. Higgy sucks. where Vet hasn't done anything. Everybody else is, from outside the organization. And like the guys don't make it up.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like again, we've said it. We got to bring those guys up.
Yeah.
Josh said it too. You have to bring those guys up. I mean, it's just like that. Like, yeah, like you're not gonna do anything for the trade deadline, I guess, if that's really what you want to do. But again, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know Cashman had like expressed that he wants to keep these guys in, but it's just like, you never really know what he's gonna do. I'm sure there's gonna have to be moves made for sure. I don't think to your, catastrophicness.
Anybody on the 26th get traded today?
I mean, I can see Sevy going.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, we talked about it yesterday.
Cash considerations?
Yeah.
But like, if it is cash considerations, I mean, I know they love their money, but wouldn't they just be better off putting them in the bullpen than doing that?
I guess so.
Yeah.
How much do you trust him in the bullpen, really?
I really do think, because it's just one inning, just let it all out. I really think he could be effective.
I'm sure someone will give up something for him.
Yeah. Anybody else you see going? Wandy?
I really don't think Torres is going to be traded. No. I think they like Bader.
IKF, they like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they like players.
They like all the garbage, as Dog would say.
So,
yeah. So, feels so positive today, don't it? I mean, the one thing that I do like feel good about is that Carlos Rodon is pitching tonight.
He's pretty good, dude. Talking about ferocity.
Better pitcher than Eflin, who left his last start with injury. I guess he's okay now. But I feel like we could win this series if he wins tonight, because we do have Cole versus McClanahan tomorrow.
Right.
I think Eflin's ERA is in the 4.
Yeah, 3.64.
Okay, 3.64. I mean, actually, it's really good. But we know the Rays have been struggling.
He was like really super good early in the season.
I mean, if we get Rodon sweating, jacked up tonight, I mean, home crowd, right or no?
Oh yeah, dude. Like he pitches with emotion. He's a guy who like gets like I'm in the outfield. I'm getting hyped up watching him from afar.
Right. So
sick.
I guess you just start one game at a time as you're 10 games back.
And I feel like
AL East.
I mean, again, Eflin, what do we got? 14 earned runs in the past 5 starts.
Yeah.
Only went past 5 innings really twice in the last 5 starts.
That actually is bad news, Tony.
I know.
But it's literally every time when you look at a guy who's been getting hammered.
Yeah.
Dominates.
And also look at the pitchers that the Yankees have been struggling against recently.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Not great pitchers. Some of them are not being great. Not good. Not good, dude. Yeah.
What do you think about Lonnie saying Cashman's in the office just looking over teams IL's list? This shit is gross.
This shit is gross. Wow, Lonnie, dude.
He's right. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah,
no, I'm really pissed. I really
Cashman in the office. Yeah, sounds about right, dude. Like, what is it, dude? I mean, it's just all not good. I think that they honestly like Cashman and Epler. I mean, all these guys, I feel like just hang out together too much.
See, really, if you think about it, like you must actually hate Cashman more than me, because that's why Epler's your GM.
Yeah,
he built him.
Kind of beat, dude.
But maybe you'll get Ohtani. You really could, though. No, not at the deadline, but I'm saying in free agency. But I know West Coast, everybody's saying I don't think he wants to come east, right?
And, yeah, he doesn't want to come east. And it's also like he's not gonna come here for Billy Epler. What does that even mean, dude?
That's like going to the Yankees for Brian Cashman.
Yeah, like, what are we talking about? Epler's not gonna last that long.
No. David Stearns. And actually, speaking of Stearns, Corbin Burns, somebody was mentioning on the radio. I guess he's had some problems with the Brewers organization, that could be somebody the Mets look to rebuild the rotation with next season.
Oh yeah, it'd be fucking sick.
So I like that thought.
30?
He's got to be 28.
28, 30?
Yeah.
28, yeah.
28. Okay. Tony, tell me though that I'm not either exact or 1 year off almost every time.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah. Encyclopedia. Which Brian Cashman was like that.
Oh, dude.
Well, team control. Okay, so next year he's got 1 more. Yeah. So that would be, I'm telling you, that makes a lot of sense because they know he's not going to resign. and I think he started out terrible, but he's really recovered. And then maybe I'm just like thinking of someone differently, but is it just me or did he used to be a lot skinnier?
I think you might be right, dude.
245.
Yeah.
I feel like he was 220 like a couple years ago.
I know. Okay. No, maybe. I mean, no.
But look at that picture. Look at that picture down there. If you go down a little bit.
Which one? This one?
It's the fourth row in the fourth picture from the left. Yeah. You were on it. That one. Right or no?
Yeah. Again,
I guess it's not like
it's not huge, but I mean, look at you can see like this tummy.
Yeah.
Like he's a big dude now, and I mean, look at this. Obviously, youth, and he's tight.
Right.
So yeah, he's gained some weight.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have any concerns.
No, I wouldn't have concerns. Do you?
No. Would you give him 200 over 5 years?
200 over 5 years. After
the contract would start after next season.
So he'd be like 29, pushing 30.
Right.
But
spring
birthday's in October, so he will be 30.
Spring chicken compared to the guys
who
they brought
10 years older than him.
Yeah.
For 5 years, 200 million. I guess.
Yeah.
5 years seems like
but
a
it's
lot,
just
dude.
Those type of guys aren't available. If he's going to be good, but the track record other than this year is pretty good. So
I know last year, I remember I was talking about him all the time. Dude.
Yeah.
So last season, 33 starts, 2.94 ERA, led the league in strikeouts, dude. 243 strikeouts. Year before that, led the league in his ERA, 2.43. 28 starts. So I mean, it's been the past 2 years, and even this year isn't terrible. Like,
and
he's gonna again. You mentioned like tough start, but bring it back. I mean,
change of scenery.
New York, dude. Yeah. Everyone loves the Mets. That's one thing Mark kind of did say, that he would have retired with the Mets because he loves the organization.
But they didn't love him.
So that was nice. Well, I mean, you just got to perform a little bit better, dude.
I mean, that's on him.
Better. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's on him.
So, today's going to be a big day. Mets back in action. What do we got? Mets and Royals. Is this in? No. This is in Citi Field.
Oh, yeah, it should be Mets at Royals.
Oh, okay. It's at Kauffman.
My apologies. Yeah.
Who's on the bump?
Quintana against guess who was on the mound against him?
Zach Greinke.
Greinke, dude. So
does he get moved?
I don't think so. He's gonna retire Kansas City.
So I can just see your face though. I feel like you're disappointed in him this year. What's his ERA? 6? I mean, come on.
Is it really that bad?
I mean, dude? No, because you were high on him, Tony. You were very high on him,
dude. I was, dude. 5.49, dude.
Of course, the last night of the pick segment, when it's already over, you go 0-3.
I went 0-3 last night.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
But what did I go? I mean, the Astro. Oh, okay. I went 2-1, so it would have. I cut it to 6, but it's a new pick segment now. So 47-41. Tony victorious again. Sakura.
Can we go right now?
I wish, dude.
11 o'clock they open, right?
Yeah, that'd be a nice lunch.
Oh,
it's imminent, Tony. It's imminent.
It's gotta be like this weekend or something.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. But I guess looking at the Mets here, I mean, Quintana over here, you're not really impressed with at all. I mean, his last start, he got absolutely like destroyed, dude. I'm trying to look. It was like 6 innings, 2 earned runs. Maybe I'm thinking of the start before that. 6 innings against the Yankees, 2 earned runs, I guess isn't horrible. 3 walks, 5 Ks. I mean, I guess against a team like Kansas City, you'd expect a little bit more from him, and it is only his 3rd start of the season. Zach Greinke really should get tattooed.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but what are we working with here? 4, 10, 21 earned runs over his past 5 starts. Only has 1 win in the year. He's 1-11. I mean, Greinke, unfortunately, pushing 40 here. Who once, won a World Series with the Astros, His name was held in high regard up there with Verlander and Garrett Cole, dude.
I think it was a
in the
little
World Series.
I think it was a little lower than them two.
Well, yeah, but it was the 1-2-3 start. You know, he was the third starter.
Wait, go to his career stats.
Uh,
Go up, left, top left.
like over here.
Yeah.
Stats? Oh, okay.
Oh, so yeah, so
What are you looking for?
he didn't win a World Series with the Astros because they won in 2017.
Oh, they lost against the Nationals. That's
Yeah.
right, dude.
Yeah.
Shot. That's right.
So maybe not as decorated as you thought, Tony.
Yeah, that's all right, dude. Still, good career. All right,
Yeah.
dude. Take it easy.
So what do we got for synopsis?
I think Mets. I think the bats are gonna be so hot. Honestly,
Alvarez.
Of course, Alvarez in his 21st home run. Alonso going for his 31st home run as well. Lindor with I don't know, maybe 3 RBIs. I think he's gonna get literally Zachary is gonna lit up. Even Brendan Nimmo can get a dinger if you want. Brett Beatty, maybe like a 2 for 4 a night with an RBI. Mets win this one. I think it get real ugly. 11-3, dude.
Nice.
11-3.
Nice. That's taking care of business.
Yeah,
I
I think
agree.
they do.
I definitely agree. I think that's a good pick.
Dude. I mean, the Mets, they've had great offense. So, I mean.
Oh, and by the way, I was thinking, so for this new pick segment, we'll go through October 1st. Bowling, the prize.
Net of bowling. Let's go.
Right, by the time then, that'll be bowling season fall.
Sure, whatever you think, dude.
You don't think so?
I mean, it's always bowling season. What
Yeah.
question is that?
It's
It's like Michael last night. I'll go bowling with you the next rainy day.
I feel like, though, you started the rainy day thing like originally.
No.
You really don't think so? Like, I'm talking like almost 2 years ago at this point.
No. Michael said it first.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Who cares?
Yeah. So against my better judgment, once again, Tony,
Are you going the Yankees?
I'm gonna go to the Yankees.
Wow.
And this is how I envision it.
What do you got?
So, like we expect, I'm gonna say literally nobody gets traded to start off. But Carlos Rodon
Love it.
sets the tone early, strikes out the side in the first inning, strikes out 12 over 6 shutout innings, pitch counts over 100, so they take him out. Bullpen 3 scoreless to end it. Offense, Aaron Judge 2-run homer in the bottom of the first.
Right.
And then Gleyber Torres with an insurance run in the bottom of the 7th. 3-0 Yankees. And that's the most runs that they're going to score the rest of the season.
Yeah. Wow. The most runs they score the rest of the season.
I mean, it's really, really like all of our conversations about lack of offense.
Bad.
This is actually the lowest.
Yeah.
I know it seems like we've had other lows the past couple years. Like, no matter what team we're talking about, that's a team that's over 500.
Right.
Absolute worst, not even a question. The whole league, Tony, the whole league, the Yankees are second to last in the whole league in hits this year. The A's, the only team that have less hits.
It's not good.
A's, Tony.
You sound like Mad Dog right now. The A's.
I mean, dog is an inspiration.
Dude, oh my God. High heat was on the ferry ride to Port Jeff. Oh my God.
Were you loving it?
Yeah, I really was, dude. Couple Bloody Marys, watching him. Oh
man. We're really overdue for the dog here.
yeah, honestly.
And
dude.
we can tell him he can bring Timmy in because he likes to do that.
Yeah, whoever he wants, dude.
Yeah.
Get you a nice sandwich.
But hopefully they get the W tonight, and maybe so they surprise me, pick up somebody, but I doubt it. But that being said, Tony, what do you got for number 2? Yeah.
Sorry, I was just thinking about Sakura over here.
Yeah. Wow. Don't get
That's
the chicken.
Sick, dude. No, I'm gonna go shrimp and steak as per your judgment, dude.
Shrimp. Yep.
You get the shrimp fillet, dude.
Yeah, but steak's fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, try the fillet, dude. You want me to try the fillet?
Oh no. I mean, by all means, get the fillet. I'm saying either way, you can't go wrong.
All right, dude. I think my next pick here. Ooh, dude. New bet. Oh, I hate the ESPN app sometimes, dude. I really do. Speaking of the A's, I guess give me the Dodgers here tonight. They are at home hosting the A's. Lance Lynn on the mound.
Dodger debut.
You talk about someone change of scenery, maybe a little uptick in production. And how about set him up, knock him down, Lance Lynn, against the A's too? I mean, I think what a perfect first start for him as a Dodger. I think he fans 11 people over 7 innings here. Ken Waldichuk, on the other hand, though, with a 6.38 ERA, gets absolutely destroyed. I mean, you're thinking like Mookie Betts dinger, Freddie Freeman dinger. Is JD in the IL still? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's day-to-day. He's probably not going to play, but 2 dingers for Freeman, honestly, dude. So give me the Dodgers in something that, could get kind of ugly quick.
This could get ugly quick.
I think another high-scoring games like the Mets, I'm going to say Dodgers 10-2.
I like it. I'm going to go with the Astros over the Guardians. Framber Valdez got lit up his last start, but still pitching well this year. 8-7, 3.29. Going against Grant Williams, 1-2, 3.35. We've seen the Guardians struggle on offense, and that's why they traded Ahmad Rosario, who hadn't been doing well. They got Noah Syndergaard, who was pitching 5 scoreless innings, got hit in the leg last night, had to be taken out of the game, but he was actually pitching well, believe it or not.
That actually is kind of sad.
It is. And obviously, we don't want the Astros to win games, but unfortunately, I think they are going to win this one. I think Yordan Alvarez with 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, and I want to say the Astros trounce the Guardians 7-1.
Trounce. I'm going to double down on a pick that I lost with last night. I'm going to take the Miami Marlins against the Phillies here tonight. Brian.
Okay. Come on, Tony. Come on.
I don't know. I can't control. I'm over here. Anyway, you look at here. Speaking of, Brian flinching, Sandy Alcantara on the mound for the Marlins against Ranger Suarez. So I think a battle of 2 pitchers that are kind of been underwhelming this season for sure. Both boasting an ERA above 4. And for someone like Sandy Alcantara, Cy Young Award winner, kind of tough, I think, for him. But nonetheless, where Miami went wrong last night in their lack of offense, I think they can hit upon Suarez a little easily. And then also, I think for the first time ever in his career, you're going to see David Robertson close out for the Miami Marlins.
Because you got to save the internet. Not to.
For the Marlins?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, wait, I thought he hasn't.
No, he has.
Oh, fuck, dude.
It's all right.
Well, another save, whatever, dude. He didn't pitch last night. He's pitching tonight, dude. He's getting the win in the 9th. Robertson, let's go, dude. Tribute video.
Yeah.
Coming next year.
I think so.
By the way, Josh B says, yes, Tony. It's always bowling season, LOL, dude. He knows what's up, dude.
He knows.
Rainy day, my ass, dude.
Well, if you think about it, too, because most of the time you're going to go at night. So, it's like.
No, I don't do that. What? I love going in the morning. 11 a.m., dude. No one's there. Nice and quiet, dude. The guy's still oiling the lanes.
Can't even make a point.
Okay, still oiling the lanes. No, because your point is wrong. Why, you're going bowling at night?
Right. Because the point I'm trying to make, Tony, is it doesn't matter if it's raining, because if it's dark out, what else are you going to do outside?
You can be outside at night.
Come on. What are you really doing? Having a bonfire? I mean, that'd be the only other thing.
I mean, yeah.
I like bonfires. Yes, I do like them, Tony. Last pick.
Let's go, Brian.
Gonna go with the Pirates at home.
Oh, Rich Hill.
Johan Oviedo pitching up against Mike Manning. For the Tigers, maybe some distraction. Maybe some. Wow, Tony! I didn't think you were gonna think that one was that funny.
Manning.
But I think some distractions, with Rodriguez and Lorenzen potentially out the door. Maybe somebody wants to take a bite into that Javi Baez contract.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, Oviedo. I'm gonna say he actually goes 6 scoreless. McCutcheon turning back the clock, 2 home runs, getting the Pittsburgh faithful riled for at least one night here. Pirates 6, Tigers 3.
Love it. Is Rich Hill getting dealt?
Rich Hill, I think that's got to be BS. No,
right? It has to be.
I just don't see, how that's legit. I really don't. I wanted to see here too. I was mentioning about Syndergaard last night, if there was anything further on that, but imagine he was all set for revitalization, Tony. Let's see here. And then Yordan Alvarez, as soon as he came out, hit a 3-run homer.
Oh my God, really?
Let's see. So Syndergaard, 5. But why can't he strike anybody out anymore? 5 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, no strikeouts.
Wow. No strikeouts, dude.
Yeah.
Surrendered base hits to 2 of the first 3 batters he faced and proceeded to retire 14 of the next 16 Astros sent to the plate before walking leadoff hitter Jose Altuve in the 6th, and then he got hit. Said afterward that he decided to take Syndergaard out after watching him throw off the mound following the injury. He threw 3 warm-up pitches and looked like he was grimacing. He's a kid that had some arm trouble. I wouldn't have felt good about that.
And he was hitting 94. Yeah, I really can't believe it. I mean, you even though I know you're like cheesing about it, you probably can't believe it.
Like what his career ended up looking like? Yeah, dude. I mean, how could you have guessed that?
But what do you think happened? I know he had an injury, but it's like what everybody recovers from. I mean,
I honestly it seemed like it was a mental issue.
Really? So you don't think it was anything with training regimen, the Mets?
Well, I mean, I certainly think that it had something to do. It started with the injury for sure. I mean, I don't think he really was 100% honestly after that injury.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like even while he pitched for the Mets, I don't think he was ever 100%. And I think because of that, he knew that maybe the injury kind of weighted on his shoulders. And then, I mean, obviously, his numbers coming back from the injury. I mean, they weren't good. So, I mean, on top of that, he's not pitching well. And I think that's why maybe some animosity grew between him and the Mets. Like, I mean, again, I don't know what happens behind closed doors. I can't really speak for the Mets, but obviously, again, like Syndergaard's words, asking to be traded, didn't want to play there anymore, still ended up playing another year there, then gets traded and never really recovers. I mean, and he's been moved. He's Angels, Dodgers, Guardians. Like he's been moved a lot. So it's not like you can't say the Mets are to blame for all of that.
Yeah, no, that's true. I really did want to see him with Matt Blake, but I feel like at this point, I mean, it's just
he probably could help a little bit.
I feel like you have to take a look at this.
What do you got?
I just tagged you. Tell me this isn't a good one by Funhouse.
Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, X, dude. Which is so
oh my
lame,
God. Terrible job.
Terrible job, dude. Bad job. I don't see anything yet, dude.
Really? I tagged you.
Let's see. Let me just do the old refresh. Sometimes the service here, the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's up in the service.
Oh, there it is. House.
Like if that doesn't define it.
That is him, dude. He doesn't care. On the yacht with the cash, dude. On the yacht with the cash, baby.
So I was just seeing if there was any like other
updates,
news out there, and I think Rosenthal is reporting they're open to the Bader and IKF trades, which I mean I think personally, Tony, that even though IKF's been useful, he's a utility guy, I think it would be worth trading him. I mean, he's gonna be a free agent next year. And I think this is the peak of how good he's going to be for us. I don't think we've seen by his career. I mean, he's not an above average player.
No, by no means.
So you think both of those guys, or would you want to hang on to Bader just in case?
No, I don't like Bader. I never really liked Bader, to be honest.
I mean, he was great in the postseason last year.
But where's he from? Is he from Massachusetts?
No, I feel like we actually have been over this a couple of times. And the last time I said we had talked about it, you really don't remember?
Jersey?
Nope.
New York?
Yep. Bronxville.
Oh.
Now you kind of remember.
I mean, I know Bronxville, obviously.
Yeah.
Kind of a chief, dude. Don't like him. It seems like he's from Mass. Where do you go to college? BC? Don't know.
I'm on it. Yep. University of Florida. I had a feeling that was the case.
Gainesville, baby. I know some people who went there. Bronxville, New York. Oh, God, dude.
So you're just saying, Tony, no matter what, Yankees is not even the smallest level trade possible. Or you're saying
Severino, I think. I mean, I think you'd be stupid not to move Severino, honestly.
It's just, yeah.
But obviously, again, like anything other than cash.
Yeah. the Cards are willing to move Dylan Carlson and Alec Burleson in addition to Paul DeJong.
Paul DeJong, okay. That's all right. What about
Um,
Arenado, Goldschmidt?
They didn't mention that, but
I feel like they got to be looking to move those guys, dude.
I don't. For the Yankees, for instance, like despite the risks, obviously aging players like that, like if you were ahead of the team and you took on all the money, but you had to give up guys outside the top 20 on your prospect list, or maybe, let's say 17 to 20, would you do it?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's just shot in the arm, like different blood.
Yeah,
right?
dude.
I mean, it's just. But of course, it's not going to happen. Maybe Severino for Kepler.
You think so?
They did mention that. No, and then I did see something too. They were kicking the tires on Sonny Gray.
Really? Oh,
Can you imagine the backlash they would get if they reacquired Sonny Gray?
How do you think he would do, though?
Hammered, dude.
Really?
Just something. He's the exact same as Carl Pavano and Javi Vasquez. For whatever the reason is, just a complete train wreck. Everybody else, solid, respectable. Complete train wreck. Right? I mean,
yeah, I don't think that would be good for the Yankees.
And so we'll have to see. Anything else you're hearing? Any big names for any teams on the move that you've
That we haven't
seen?
really mentioned? No.
So you think this is going to be at 6 o'clock? Like we're going to be disappointed, not even just from our own teams, but just general league movement. Do you think most of the movement has already happened?
I guess. I mean, I can't really see teams like the Rangers or the Angels or the Dodgers going after anyone else. I mean, again, I mean, probably one of the top hitters in the market is probably going to be Tommy Pham, I would imagine at this point.
What do you think you're going to get for Tommy Pham?
Honestly, probably like, I don't know, maybe like a top 15, top 20 prospect.
2028 ETA.
Yeah.
But I mean, just right. I mean, just get somebody.
I mean, I can see, I get somebody. Again, like you're looking at teams who are looking to be buyers. I mean, I suppose the Angels still are looking. I couldn't imagine the Rangers are looking to make any more moves. I mean, they've made a ton, and they've already dealt with the Mets. So I would imagine,
Can't believe Tommy Pham has 11 steals this year.
Dude, he's a good player.
Yeah. So
he really is. Like, it's honestly pretty crazy how much of a good player he's been to us
after a tough start.
And again, like you just think about if the Mets are doing well. I mean, having him in the lineup would be the perfect, like, just bolster it a little bit,
Yeah, definitely.
Especially if you're in the lead of the division, maybe it's a little tight. You're race for the playoffs. Then when you're in the playoffs, to have him pitch hit or even play the left field, like, would have been honestly probably one of the better. Him and Robertson are probably the two best best turnouts that we had this season.
Yeah,
in terms of expectations and off-season acquisition.
Yeah,
so which is great if anyone else was doing well.
Absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see. I think we'll have a fun show tomorrow, hopefully on some wins and
rating,
maybe some trades and some trade grades and hopefully some good trades for us. And we'll see, Tony, but I do think you're going to get a really good return for Verlander, and I think you're going to be excited.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I think
it has to be more than max,
right? Like, and it's worth it. And I know you're thinking about next year, but I think it's worth taking prospects back than counting on Verlander to be your dog in the rotation next year at 41 years old.
Yeah,
I mean, you could completely fall off a cliff.
Yeah,
like Adam Wainwright next year.
No, literally.
You don't think so, but you don't know either.
I think so.
Yeah, so you get it.
Yeah, I do, and I just hope that it's like if they do deal Verlander, they deal Pham, they get prospects. Like, I would really appreciate if they brought them up like almost immediately,
right away.
Yeah,
right away.
Just get them some looks because clearly, even though you don't want to admit it, you are a seller at this trade deadline. Your season is over.
Reclassifying Steve's investment.
Yeah. My asshole.
Does Vogelback get moved?
He fucking should be, dude. He really should be. And honestly, I don't think he's gonna have any more value than right now. I mean, he's honestly hasn't had a bad July. Like,
right.
So deal him.
Lefty, But other than that, Tony, we got screen time coming up.
Screen time at noon 15. Because I'm gonna make a little lunch. Maybe go to the bathroom. Who knows? But we got they cloned Tyrone. I don't know if you heard of this movie on Netflix. Kind of funny movie. Gonna review that. New Spy Kids movie coming out. Gonna have that trailer as well as much more. Manny will be videoing in as well as Jason with a call-in.
With a call-in. Okay.
Last I heard from him, Jay call-in. But yeah, dude. So noon 15. Don't go anywhere. And then obviously, if you guys haven't checked out the gaming corner from last night, MLB The Show, PGA, is it 2K? It is 2K, right? 2K23. What a time, dude. That was such a fun time. The snacks, the scuds, if you will.
The scuds, yep.
It was a great time, dude. As well as, check out the Beach K Bash, dude.
And one homework assignment. You got a little time for this because just looking up release date. Madden comes out August 18th.
Josh Allen?
I need you to get some Madden practice in because I don't want you to be tight. I feel like we could have a good Madden season on the gaming corner, but you can't be saying that I am the only one that gets forces turnover.
I can say whatever I want, Brian. Okay. I will. No, I think last time we were playing Madden, I feel like we had some grind matches.
Okay.
So like I'm down for Madden,
and I want you motivated
too. Yeah, I'm motivated, dude. I'll be the Jets every time, dude. Aaron Rodgers, updated rosters.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, come on.
So yeah, definitely check that out if you missed it. Gaming corner was great, like Tony said. Screen time 12:15. And we will have a full trade line recap tomorrow. But other than that, would really like to thank everybody for tuning in today, continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Costume, the merch at downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games, enjoy screen time. Let's go Yankees.
Let's go Mets.
And we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.